Fuck everyone. Toxic masculinity ruins the party again. Get a job, buy your own shit, and stay out of the forest. You're in a cult. Call your dad. Fuck politeness. This is the story about how true crime and possibly Keisha helped me process my sexual assault. In November of 2016, a friend recommended 2 podcasts for me to listen to. Last Podcast on the Left and My Favorite Murder. I've always been a fan of true crime. I've seen literally all of the Forensic Files on repeat. A weird nightly ritual I had when I was in Disneyland of September of 2016 was to eat a sandwich in bed while watching the Forensic Files play on television before falling asleep at the happiest place on earth. I consumed the entire 200 plus episode catalog of Last Podcast on the Left within a month and a half. I was completely engrossed. I was wrapped in all the craziness that they were talking about. But there was something else happening too. At the same time I was listening to Last Podcast, I was also slowly coming forward with my sexual assault. The first time my abuser ever touched me was August 7th, 2015. He grabbed my neck, effectively silencing me for a year and a half. Last Podcast on the Left primarily talked about serial killers, the occult, and aliens. Some of my literal favorite shit to talk about, but after a few episodes I realized a trend. They talked about why the men committing these crimes were just so heinous. These 3 comedians, Henry, Marcus, and Ben, discussed the mindsets and the psychopathy of these killers and abusers. In an odd way, this helped me understand the psychopathy of my own abuser. I should also add, I was receiving therapy during this time. I didn't rely solely on the opinions and help of alien conspiracy theorists to help me through my sexual assault. Although that would make for another reading. And then I listened to My Favorite Murder. My Favorite Murder, or MFM, is hosted by 2 women, Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark. And every episode, they named the victims of the crimes, and then there were the I Survived episodes. Karen and Georgia told the story of Mary Vincent, a young woman who was kidnapped, raped, and then had her arms cut off before being thrown down an embankment. She survived. Mary climbed the embankment without arms below the elbows and got help. She was able to testify against her rapist, kidnapper, and put him away for life. There was the unnamed woman who lost 45% of her blood after being tortured for days, only to climb out a small window in a bathroom and run for help. She was also able to testify against her kidnapper, rapist, and abuser, putting him away for life. Then there was Terry Jo DePeralt, who saw her family being murdered while out at sea. Terry, who was 11, then was on a single raft for days when she was found. Terry testified against her family's killer, putting him away for life. All of these women later became victim advocates. All of these women survived. And then there was me. For over a year, I was repeatedly sexually assaulted by one man. I could feel my voice being silenced each time, the fight within me dying. But that changed in November 2016 when I first listened to Last Podcast, and then to my MFM. With every episode, my voice came back, my fight grew, and I realized something. I was the woman my abuser feared. The one who could ruin his clean legacy and put him away for years. If only our justice system worked that way. I quickly learned that Montana doesn't care about your sexual assault unless you're dead. But I refused to let the system now silence me. Then I heard Praying by Kesha in July, and from this I created the embroidery series, Things You Once Told Me, where I embroidered all of the abusive statements my abuser said to me. You're the reason I want to kill myself. You're nothing without me. You're a worthless slut. Well, here's the thing. This worthless slut refuses to be silenced. And while you tried to suffocate me with the weight of your body, I refuse to let you silence my voice in my fight. Because I, like Mary Vincent, the unnamed woman, and Terry Jo DePeralt will fight tooth and nail to make sure you never hurt another woman again. Because here's the thing, in the fabulous words of My Favorite Murder, fuck everyone. Toxic masculinity does ruin the party again. Get a job, buy your own shit, stay out of the forest. You're in a cult, call your dad. And most importantly, fuck politeness. like to read a list of names. Amber Betalina Gutierrez, Andrea Constand, Angelina Leslie, Angelina Jolie, Angie Everhart, Ashley Judd, Asia Argento, Barbara Bowman, Beth Ferrier, Beverly Johnson, Bridget Sullivan, Cara Devanier, Carla Ferrigno, Cassandra Searless, Shalyn, last name unknown, Chloe Goins, Sindra Ladd, Claire Forlini, Colleen Hughes, Dawn Dunning, Donna Barrett, Donna Motzinger, Dottie, last name unknown, Dylan Farrow, Eden Terrell, Elizabeth, last name unknown, Emily Nestor, Emma DeCans, Ava Green, Florence Darrow, Gwyneth Paltrow, Heather Graham, Heidi Thomas, Helen Gumbel, Helen Hayes, Ivana Trump, Janice Dickinson, Jenna T, Jennifer Siebel Newsome, Jessica Barth, Jessica Drake, Jessica Leeds, Jewel Allison, Jill Harth, Joan Tarnish, Joyce Evans, Ioana Broderick, Judith Godrich, Judy Huth, Jules Bindi, Casey, last name unknown, Karina Virginia, Kate Beckinsale, Catherine Kendall, Catherine May McNee, Catherine Wiley, Kristen Anderson, Christina Rulli, Lachelle Covington, Larissa Gomes, Lauren O'Connor, Lauren Sivan, Lee Sadu, Lena Headley, Lily Bernard, Linda Brown, Linda Dutraits, Linda Kirkpatrick, Linda Ridgway, White Deer, Lisa Christine, Lisa, last name unknown, Lisa Lottie Lublin, Liz Campbell, Louisa Moritz, Luis Godbold, Lucetta Geese, Lucia Stoller, Lynn Neal, Margie Shapiro, Mariah Bilaudo, Melissa Sage Miller, Mia Kirshner, Michelle Hurd, Mindy McGilvery, Maria Servino, Natasha Stoynoff, Pamela Abetia, Paula Jones, Paula Williams, Rachel Crooks, Renita Shani Hill, Romira Garari, Rosanna Arquette, Rose McGowan, Samantha Gailey, Sammy Mays, Sarah Ann Massey, Sharon Van Ert, Sophie Dix, Summer Zervos, Sunny Wiles, Tamara Green, Tasha Dixon, Temple Taggart, Therese Serignes, Tommy Ann Roberts, unnamed girl number 2, unnamed girl number 3, unnamed woman number 2, Victoria Valentino, and Zoe Brock. These are the 113 names of women and girls who were sexually harassed and assaulted by 6 different high-profile men. It's time we believe their stories.